Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Novawar.
Yes, and I'm MaximusBlack.
Yeah, and we're bringing you another normal game sent in by the fans to Replays.LifesAGlitchTV at gmail.com. Mr. MaximusBlack.
Yeah?
Hit me up with the Wicked Witch of the West. Well done. And already we are getting very, very BM in here talking about Terrans. PVZ. It's always great talking behind the Terrans back.
Not very nice. Starting up here in the top right position, we have SHOTsoyGuapo. Starting down here, we have TooN.
You know, it was relatively close on the first name.
Gapu? Gapu?
Guapo.
Guapo. Okay. Well, it's going to be Shot versus TooN.
I believe it's Guapo. Like El Guapo, the beautiful one, or something like that is what that, I think. Unless I'm completely...
Hey, I'm just
somebody in the comments is going to let us know.
I'm taking your word for it,
Somebody
brother.
in the comments is... Somebody's going to tell us if we're right or not. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So, it looks like Shot is going to be doing a Forge Fast Expand just by the opening here. His Forge is going to be a little bit late, it seems. What you want to do is you want to have this probe already rallied, so the last probe that he built, you want to already have down here, because he's already got the minerals for it.
Yep.
So, he's going to be a little bit late, but that's okay.
Looks like he's about one probe late on that, one probe in production late on that one, and the Zerg, look at that. Drone actually going to chase that probe out of there, and down bottom, going to see that right now, nothing too fancy going on, no gas. That's at least a minor tell in that he's not overly concerned about early aggression. Going to have that spawning pool on its way and likely have the expansion on its way as well. Looks like El Guapo is what I'm going to call him for the remainder of this, is thinking about trying to deny this. He's waiting for it. Waiting for it. Maybe. Is he just going to use the probe? Yes, and he's just going to be happy with that, and he's going to run away with that denial. Where is that drone go? What are you...
I have no idea
what are you doing?
This drone is doing. He has enough for a hatch now, so he might turn around and build it. He needs to drop that pylon right now if he wants to deny this for as long as possible. But no, he's going to save the probe, which is cool. I like that anyway. And what is he doing over here?
I am not 100% sure. The Queen is on the way. It looks like the scouting drone that came back is going to be the one that's going to be building that hatchery. He just put down that hatchery now, so it was delayed for an interesting period of time, although I'm not sure, why it wasn't put down sooner. I'm sure he had some sort of reasoning behind that. There are the 4 scouting slash harassing Zerglings. They're not going to be able to get too far up in here unless that hole is left wide open in that wall that cannon has just completed, and as Mr. Black said, not a phenomenal wall.
Yeah, no, this cannon definitely should not be...
open on that side.
Yeah, exactly. It should never be able to be hit from a ling. So that's not great. It's going to be interesting to see. Well, I guess he can still properly wall off here in some fashion, but this is just a little weak. If the Zerg decided to go with the Baneling bust... Double expansion actually out of that Zerg. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty typical against a Forge Fast expanding Protoss because, of course, Zerg always wants to be a base ahead. Yep. It's something that you need to scout, so if you are Protoss and you are doing a Forge Fast expand... you definitely want to scout around and see if he's doing that, because if he's not doing it, it can mean a couple of things. Like I said earlier, it can be a Baneling bust in, it could be a 2-base Ling Roach all in, it could be a number of things. So you definitely want to go around and scout. I don't know if Shot has that information.
No, he doesn't.
So he's kind of doing a poor job at scouting, although... The probe is still alive, and he's around.
And he is going up. He is going up and checking for a third, just not in the location that it's at, and I'm sure he will send that probe down, or hopefully he sends that probe down to check the other obvious location before he sends his scouting probe home. And right now it looks like he's actually going to go back in here and see what other information he gets. That probe might be felled by that Queen by the looks of it, and that is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get in the round of the back here, and the Queen will pick it off. There it goes. And so he's going to be without that information, which is, as Mr. Black pointed out, pretty vital here, because it's going to let you know just how soon the first aggression into the Zerg is going to be.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the main thing. Like, when the third goes down, you can pretty much guarantee that nothing's going to be hitting you.
For a while.
For a little bit, so you can really start probing up heavy and decide what kind of tech you want to go. Also, getting down that robo pretty quickly is fairly important as well. He has the minerals to do so now. What I like to do is I like to get the gate out and then drop down the robo right after it. I won't get any more gateways until my robo's down. You get the observer, and then you immediately take it to the main of your opponent. In this case, it's the Zerg, and you would see, you know, how many gases does he have? Does he have that Roach Warren going down? Does he have metabolic boost yet? Does he have more gases at his natural, which could mean mutas? Is he going heavy lings? All these different things can let you know the tech that you should be going into.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, right before it, I was hoping to be psychic, and then he talked too long, and he was just about to drop 3 more gates as I was watching his minerals climb. I was almost going to sound intelligent, and you talked for, like, literally 2 seconds too long.
Sorry.
He was saving up for what looks to be a +1 timing here. His warp gate is going to be finishing. His 3 gates are going to be finishing. Just a little bit on the late side, and then what he might be doing is pushing out here. He does have the tower, and he's looking... he's looking to see if there's anything coming out. He obviously now knows that base is there, and so it would be a good time to push out after that +1 is completed, and that pylon is going down. He's going to be getting ready for the proxy. The Twilight Council is, of course, on the way, and we're going to have to wait and see if he decides... Oh, he is going to go Blink overcharge to begin with, so he's going to be going heavy Stalkers. Yeah. And by the looks of it, we have some roaches and... I saw an infestation pit, didn't I? Somewhere?
No.
No? Oh, okay, no, it was a Roach Warren that I was looking at
when
it was being completed. Alright, so it is just going to be the lings and roaches, which, of course, pretty damn useful, even up to, well, the next few minutes anyway. Very useful.
Yeah, well, he's thrown away quite a bit of lings here. +1 is finished, so these Zealots are going to be able to kill these lings in 2 hits instead of 3. Also, there is no metabolic boost, so these lings are extremely slow off creep. Second pylon is going down. He is going to have enough here for another warp cycle any given second. And here it comes, and all of those units are going to get destroyed. And here comes the Stalkers. Blink research is about halfway finished. And once that gets done, this is going to be bad news bears here for TooN, and I think he should probably maybe even chuck down a couple more spine crawlers if he wants to hold this expansion. Either that or just start pumping all units, which he is doing right now.
He's doing some sort of combination of both.
Yeah, there's the spine crawlers.
Yeah, so he's got 2 more spine crawlers. He just pumped out a bunch more roaches and lings to try and hold this 3rd expansion. Now the Protoss getting another warp cycle in here.
Wow, more gates
maybe
going down.
waiting for another. He's got to get those into warp gates before he's going to make much use of them. It looks like roach speed is still not quite done. It's on its way, and +1 is on its way also. Still no metabolic boost, interestingly enough, and I feel like that should be definitely, well, it should have been done by now, but it should definitely be on the way if he plans on continuing to use lings for any point in time in the continuing game here. Great split up here with the Stalkers, great concave to push him back, and right now, TooN just needs to sit back home, really just hold this and get his tech up, because as it stands, he's looking like he's in a lot of trouble with Blink on the field.
Well, what Shot needs to do, and he's doing it right now, is saying, all right, screw that base, let's go and attack the natural, because
+2 just finished,
he's spending so much minerals over here. He's got spine crawlers up. He's really putting all of his cards out on the line, or what's the metaphor you want to use here?
On the table.
On the table. And it's not a good spot for him to be. There's quite a bit of roaches out there, but the blink is finished, and he's going to be able to blink his way into victory, or at least getting rid of all these roaches, which will be relatively easy. He wants to stay away from the spine crawlers because they are going to do quite a bit of damage. Very, very nice blink micro. He's not only blinking back the hurt ones, but he's also blinking them back before the shields are fully, or before the health actually starts taking damage, which is the key. Which is the key,
yeah.
Exactly, so that you can, regenerate your shields and still have full health on those Stalkers. So he's doing a phenomenal job with blinking, and he's barely lost any Stalkers at all.
Wow, yeah, and he's continuing to build up that Stalker count thanks to the next to no loss in unit count there. Look at the beautiful micro here. Absolutely phenomenal job. And this is going to be it. He's +2 on those Stalkers. He is continuing to warp in his cycle over and over again. TooN throws down the GG. And that was just manhandling by the Protoss player. That went very poorly for TooN in that game.
And the funny thing is, he did it without a single sentry.
Yeah,
there was
no sentries on the
Guardian shields.
Just blink Stalkers.
Hey,
for days.
I heard you like blink, so I blinked back all of my blink Stalkers so I can blink in your face, and you were blinking like holy blink.
I feel like for the amount of times we've used that joke, you still haven't quite grasped the concept of that joke.
I have not grasped it. I shit to bed on it every time. Every single time.
Good. Every time, I love it. I love the renditions of the Yo Dog jokes that you have. They're amazing.
Yeah, no, they're terrible actually.
No, they're so bad they're good.
Terribly awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I have to say that was for a long time. I mean, we don't see a lot of higher level games, but some of the better blink micro I've seen in a long time from games that we've casted anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, what's better than blink micro?
Maybe the only thing I can think of is Phoenix micro. Phoenix Micro is really...
yeah.
If you can get Phoenix Micro and Blink Micro happening at the same time, worlds will collide.
Wow, yeah.
And things will end.
You know, when you said worlds will collide, it reminded
Like the
me.
song?
No, it reminded me of the moon. Have you noticed the moon the last few days?
The supermoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Bright,
shit,
bright, bright,
that
bright,
shit
bright.
was huge.
Yeah.
I thought we were dying because I was driving down the highway and I go.
Like you mean like
I
Majora's
actually-
Mask,
yeah,
where the moon just like kept coming closer and closer, and
I took off my glasses and I was like, what the what? Really? Shit was getting real. I was driving down the highway and I Googled the shit. I was like, why does the moon look so big? And
That
they
sounds
said,
safe.
Supermoon.
Supermoon. That's a very scientific term they chose for that.
It looked up to 13% larger than normal.
That's what she said. Super dick.
Speaking of super... I was going to say something, but I'm going to save it for a different cast.
All right, good. Just hold that back.
I will.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another great game. We're on a hot streak this week.
Yep.
So far. Yeah, we'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.